Welcome back, this is Dreddeus with another episode in the San Diego Crusaders franchise. The franchise with a little bit of a different twist. We're only allowed to sign veterans age 30 or older. Only allowed to get them out of free agency. We're not allowed to trade, we're not allowed to draft. And with that said and done, it didn't really impact us too much because we are Super Bowl champions. So go us, I reckon. Let's take a look at the results here. I love the all black screen, by the way, really nice. 29-14 was the final score here. We are the Super Bowl champions. The MVP was Josh Allen. That was great. Overall MVP was Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin. Offensive player, Kenneth Walker III for the Seahawks. He was really good. Defensive player, Chase Young. Left edge for the Commanders. He was equally good. Offensive rookie, Malachi Nelson, quarterback for the Bills. And defensive rookie, D-tackle, David Hicks for the Jets. So that is the result of the past season. This is going to be the final episode of this franchise. This time it's really going to be the final episode. I know I said that once before, but this time it really is it's gonna be it, right? It's gonna stick. This is gonna be it, guys. No backsies. I feel like we have achieved everything. We ran it back with a very different group of players, but we managed to send off Zach Martin on a high here. So what I will be doing now, just to really go through this once more, because I just love the off-season in this franchise, we will see how many players will retire, who will stay, how the regressions will work, who will get new deals. Then we're going to go through free agents. We're going to be building a new team here as if we were going to continue this franchise series. And maybe, just maybe, at some point in time, I will be picking this up again. But for now, going to be cutting my talking here. We will be moving into next week where we will be re-signing players. Player renegotiation week, as we have two very important things to take care of. First of all, we've got some players that are ready to negotiate, and we've got the retirements. We're going to be moving through that. Let's check out who has retired and how many players are still here from our current squad. There's a lot of big names retiring here. Brandon Scherf, Kevin Byard, Derrick Henry, running back for the Titans. Zach Ertz retires as a free agent. Kareem Hunt, Cooper Kupp retires. That is huge, man. Devontae Adams retiring. Aaron Donald, Trent Brown, Grady Jarrett, Joel Bitonio, David Bakhtiari, Kyle Yushik. So many big plays. Terran Armstead, Jesus Christ, man. And here come the Crusaders retirees. Both strong safeties retire. Jimmy Ward and Adrian Amos are retiring. Cornerback Byron Jones retires injured. We've got Shaquille Barrett, who retires after 13 years, left outside linebacker. Center Ted Karras retires. Left guard Laken Tomlinson retires. Robert Woods retires. Robbie Anderson retires. Bobby Wagner, DJ Reader, and DeMarcus Lawrence retire after a lot of years in the NFL. DeMarcus Lawrence, also one of my starters that I started this franchise series out with. It's a little bit emotional right now. A small tear in my eye, but whatever. We're going to check out the other ones here. Ryan Kelly, Mitch Morris, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Russell Wilson, DeAndre Hopkins. Huge names in here, guys. Really huge names. Veteran legends retiring here. I'm actually looking for Zach Martin because I can't see him here. And I don't know if he made a backseat here and just... No, he's down here. Right? So I don't know why he's down here. Oh, he retired during the Super Bowl. Right, that is why. That's why he's the bottom dude. Whatever. Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence were starting defensive players for me. Started out with the Cowboys here. That was the starting team, of course. And yeah, well, a little bit emotional about that, I have to say. Let's check out the players that want to have new deals. And we're just going to go through this by position. Starting out with the quarterback, we're going to do nothing here because nobody wants a new deal. Rashad Penny would like a new deal. I'm not going to give him this because we can't snap him up in free agency again. That shouldn't be a problem. Fullbacks, going to keep Alec Ingold, of course. The wide receiving core, we've got Tyler Boyd, we've got Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen and Tyler Boyd didn't regress. That is notable, actually, but I will not be re-signing them. I just want to hold on to the cap space. I can get them in free agency. It is not going to be a big deal, especially Keenan Allen at that age. Although I did really like their performances. Jonnu Smith, and Robert Tonyan, both going down slightly. Jonas Smith was above 80. Robert Tonyan was in the high 70s, I think. Higbee and Goddard are still here, so those two are going to work for us. On the offensive line, Mike McGlinchey went down to an 83. We've got Andrew Dillard at left tackle, so both left tackle players are going down. Eric Flowers at left guard went down. He regressed. Center, at center, we have no one at center. All right, that is good because Ted Karras and Zach Martin retired. So who's next? Max Sharping at right guard. Not going to be getting a new deal. Jack Conklin. Don't think so actually. He's 82. Rob Havenstein 81. I'm not sure. I don't like this too much. The regression was very hard. Harrison Phillips at left edge also went down quite a bit. Derek Barnett went down ever so slightly only. D tackle, nope. Nobody at left outside linebacker. So we do have a few players that have good deals. These two, I'm gonna let him walk. We're helpful here. Shaq Thompson was good leading the line. He went down to normal depth trade again. If I give him a deal now, that's just a little bit too expensive for me. I can get him for the same money out of free agency, and I might get someone better. Dreddeus Smith, also gonna let him walk. Sean Murphy Bunting, he was just a band-aid to be fair, so sorry Sean. Sidney Jones went down hard. Rasul Douglas also went down hard. Jalen Ramsey, Sidney Jones the fourth are aligned as the players on the left. Quandre Diggs, 77. I still have Juan Thornhill with an 83. Yeah, no strong safety. The kicker has a deal, and the punter Logan Cook. I think we're gonna let him walk, and we can always get him back out of free agency. That is not even a question. So we have 20 players. We're gonna let 20 players walk. That is a big decision, I know, but we're gonna do that. And yeah, we're gonna head into free agency next. One additional retirement. Michael Thomas, wide receiver number 2 for us, retires after 11 years. I'm a little bit bummed about that one, to be honest. It does come as a surprise. I didn't expect some more players to retire here, but yeah. He leaves the Crusaders. He leaves the NFL for good. It does hurt quite a bit, to be honest, because he was also one that I really liked. Snapped him up last season. He was wide receiver number 1, not as productive, but as wide receiver number 2, he really showed what he can do. That was really fantastic. A little bit sad about that, but yeah. Change happens. Things like that happen. Let's take a look at free agency. Time for a quick free agency recap. And as always, I have focused on players that really bring a lot to the team. Key positions, just players that we need to be competitive a little bit. So we've got Max Crosby, who I did bring in. Recently just played him, but he is a fantastic outside linebacker. He is 30 only, he's 99 overall, so giving him a long-term deal just makes sense. He does have a startup trade, so hopefully his regression will be slowed a little bit. Derwin James Jr., we needed a new strong safety, a leading strong safety, because we lost both of them. I'm very happy with this one actually. 99 overall and 31 years old. There was hardly any contention for this one, but also scheme fit. The startup trade, hopefully regression will be slowed. We've got Laramie Tunsil, 33 and 92. He's a new left tackle. Very happy about this one, to be honest. Free safety Darnell Savage. We can also use a new free safety actually, 91 rated, because the other one was going down. And Dean Hawkins, left tackle, I will be using him as a right tackle. He will be equally capable of doing that and handling that position. But that basically is all that happened here. Alright guys, so now we are at the beginning of the next season, and basically now is the time when we will be starting to build the team for real, because many teams have now let players go and will be letting players go. What we have to do is a little bit of housekeeping right now, because when you look at our roster, there's one glaring problem here. First of all, we have draft picks, and I don't like having that. We don't have that many, to be fair, but we will be giving all of these away because I just don't want to have them. The practice squad, I'm sure the CPU will be stuffing that again, but I also want to check out the roster, and if I really want to keep all the players around, Princess Dak Prescott, I could let him go, but I won't because I just want to keep him around as a whatever, mentor, whatever. Running backs, Kamara and Connor, very happy with both of them. The fullback, Ingold, 85, still competitive. Cortland Sutton is my only wide receiver, so we're going to be holding on to him, of course. Both tight ends, very serviceable, don't see the need to cut them. We've got two great players here at left tackle, so of course, as I said before, Dion Dawkins will be switching over to the right tackle position now. That will immediately give us a very solid outside situation here. Laramie Tunsil, left tackle. At left guard, we still have no one. Center, still no one. Right guard, Alex Kappa. And then right tackle, Dion Dawkins. We still miss positions, of course. Left edge, we don't have anybody. Right edge, we have Myles Garrett with unstoppable force. That is good. DeForest Buckner did go down hard. He's only a start of trait. He went down from X Factor. Now he's only start of trait. But he's still 99 rated, so that's very good. Great gains still here. That's very good. Left outside linebacker, that's fantastic. Hasten Reddick, he's not that expensive. I think he's still on a 1-year deal. Let's just check this one out here. But 76, I actually am not that bothered. But nice, 2 years here, but you know, 3 mil per year at 76. This would be one that we could cut probably, right? Mid linebacker, Anthony Walker and Josie Jewell, we're going to keep him. And even Ginkel. 76. Let's keep him around for the moment. Jalen Ramsey, Bradbury, the only cornerbacks that we still have. Darnell Savage and Juan Thornhill are my free safeties, and the strong safety. The only one we have is Derwin James. We have a kicker, but we certainly need a punter. So what do we do about that? We have to do a few things. First off, we're just going to be going absolutely crazy in the free agents pool, right? We have so much space on the squad, so we can just grab anybody we like. And that is exactly what we will be doing now. There is nobody here. So the first is Rashad Penny. And Rashad Penny it is. So we're going to be bringing him back for another year with the Crusaders. I like that. Fullback, we don't need a fullback. Best one would be a Reggie Gilliam, but we won't be picking him, of course. Wide receivers, quite a few that we need. And quite a few that I already see that I like. We're going to be picking Calvin Ridley for this year. Wait, wrong button. There we go. We're going to be bringing in Tyler Lockett. Also think that he has something to bring to the team. Also, he's one of the highest rated ones. We've got Keenan Allen. Good thing we didn't re-sign him, right? 2.65. Probably a little bit cheaper than if we would have signed him on a deal, but whatever. And down here, we've got Russell Gage Jr. Is there someone whose name I like even more? But down here, it's Cedric Wilson, Kendrick Bourne. Who's this? DJ Chark Jr. Well, I like those players, but they're just a little bit too far down for my liking. So we're going to be going with Russell Gage Jr. This is definitely a very different wide receiver group right here. In the tight end room, let's take a look. Jared Everett. There we go. I like him. I like Jared Everett a lot. He was part of my first franchise that I did. So pretty happy about this one. Adam Troutman would also be a nice one, but at 80, a little bit on the low side probably. Left tackle, Mike McGlinchey. I'm happy with him. You're going to be my backup. So there we go. Kaboom. And now we've got the left tackle situation sorted very, very well. Left guard time. We're going to be bringing in Elijah Wilkinson. He's the top rated player, so there's not much choice anyways. The big question is, who is going to be his backup? Is that going to be Eric Flowers at 74, or do we take Garen Christian Sr. and we just convert him over to left guard? I think that's what we're going to be doing. The center position, very excited about this. We've got Nick Gates, we've got Bradley Boseman, we've got Mason Cole. Nothing really with a lot of quality here, but it could be worse, I reckon, right? But we just have to take what we can. There wasn't anybody special in free agency, so that is basically all we can do here. Ethan Pocic, Evan Brown, whatever. Right guard, Will Hernandez and Ryan Bates. I think that is okay for me. So there we go. Will Hernandez for right guard. And I'm also going to be bringing Ryan Bates. We can always cut players again. That is what I really like about this franchise series. Use this. Max Sharping is the next best, so no thank you. And here at right tackle, it's Jack Conklin. We still have Rob Havenstein lurking, but I think it'll be Jack Conklin over at the right tackle position. Ray Havenstein's a little bit on the older side here right now. Don't think that we really need him. Left edge. And there we go. Immediately two players that I really like. Rick Armstead, a little bit more expensive, 4 mil, but that's okay for me. And Jadeveon Clowney is another player that we will be bringing in. He's going to be the backup at left edge. That feels very solid, actually. Really like that one. Emmanuel Ogbis here as well. I do like him. So let's just snag him as well. It's a kid like a kid in a candy shop. Just putting that out there. D-tackle, we've got Derek Nady, we've got Neville Gallimore. So I think Derek Nady will be a super solid third D-tackle to have as a backup right there. Right edge, Leonard Williams, here we go. Christian Wilkins. Those are fantastic players, man. I mean, of course, the overall is not that crazy high anymore. That has gone down quite hard. But yeah, that's just what we have to work with here. And I certainly will not say no to players like this. What is the problem? All right, so now is the time where we need to clear salary cap. That is a little bit of an issue. Left outside linebackers, we've got Frankie Louvu as a possibility. Who else is there? Mid linebackers, Zach Cunningham. So of course we are partly over the cap. That is an issue. We need to handle that right now. Let's take a look at the team salaries. Let's put that into perspective here. So Max Crosby has a gigantic deal. And as much as it pains me, I fear that this one might be too expensive. Same goes for Derwin James Jr. Myles Garrett is on a big deal as well. Who is on their final deal? Let's take a look here. Dak Prescott. We could be saving 13 mil here. Josh Allen, Ramsey has 0 in this year. All right, that's interesting. Derwin James, Max Crosby, Laramie Tunsil. These are the new players that I signed. So, okay, what I will be doing now is I will be just clearing some players out that I don't think I will be needing. So a little bit of wheeling and dealing right now, but we'll have to go through this by positions, of course, just to make sure that we don't have any unnecessary players on our books that we won't probably need if things go from push to shove. So there we go. Laramie Tunsil, Mike McGlinchey, Garen Christian Sr. I will be switching him over immediately to the left guard position. It is always one of these things. If I need it, I do need the good players, but the good players want a lot of money. And I think I might have just gone overboard slightly here. Those center players are solid. Alex Cappa here. 16 mil, and he's not going to be my best player. So what do I do with him? I think I'm going to have to cut him loose. I think I will have to cut him loose. Let me check out his contract. Yeah, that is a long-term deal. He is not that young. So what I will be doing, and let me just demonstrate this. I am allowed to trade players out of the team. It's not unrealistic because this team basically gets a solid tackle, a solid guard. All right, so we trade that player out of the team. We don't get anything because we will be giving all of these away anyways. Deion Dawkins here. I'm very torn on this one, to be honest, because he is very expensive. 89 rated. I could probably go with Jack Conklin, who's a little bit cheaper. Do I need to do this? Do I need to do this now? Now we're going to keep him around because he's still productive. He's still very, very good. Now, what about this here? We've got Arik Armstead, left edge at right edge. We do have Leonard Williams, who is very good actually. But Emmanuel Ogba, I will be cutting him loose. We don't need him. I would have liked to have him around because I just like the dude, but whatever. Okay, so that is that. Myles Garrett's here. DeForest Buckner, there we go. Greg Gaines, Derek Nady. And Greg Gaines is my third string D-tackle. I have a feeling that he might be a little bit overpaid, especially if he's my third string player. So we're gonna trade him away as well. I'm gonna see if I could. There we go. They wanna have him. We're gonna give him away for a 7th rounder. There we go. Kaboom. And that is basically what I mean when I say I'm allowed to trade, because I'm allowed to just basically get players out of the squad that probably would not even be playing that much if I find a nice home for them with a team that wants them. They can still have some fun in the league, if you want to put it that way. But I do save up on the cap a little bit, especially on those backup players that are not really that important. This one here is giving me a little bit of a head scratcher here. Anthony Walker Jr. What is his impact currently? 3.19. Is there a team that would like to have him? I know that we might have to, go back to players that are not that much, that are not that great. But I just feel like we have to keep the cap in our focus. So there we go. Andy Van Ginkel at right outside linebacker. Really not crazy about him, so we will be trading him away as well. Going to be saving another 4 mil. That's another player that we can sign. And there are just some positions that we need to that we still need to fill up on. Right. So the Jets. And again, as you can see, I'm just picking the 7th round picks here, and by doing so, I'm just really getting some space into these areas here, and working with what we can. Darnell Savage, of course, is a very good one here. Do I need Juan Thornhill, 84 rated, strong free safety behind him? Did I really need to sign Darnell Savage? Such a big deal. I think yes, because the defense is such an important part of how we play. So that is something that we really just need to keep in mind and focus on building a strong and tough defense. That's what I wanted to say. All right, there we go. We're going to be returning left outside linebackers. I think I had a problem signing a right edge. I think was it him? I think we need. Do we need a left outside linebacker? I am not quite sure. But Frankie Louvu is a solid player. He looks pretty good here. So we're going to be bringing him in. Next up, we've got the mid linebackers. Here's Zach Cunningham, 32 and 81. We've got Cole Holcomb. So we'll be buffing our team with those players. 1-year deals all around, basically. But I think it is actually not that bad of a group. All right, Jonas Griffith. We're going to go with Mykal Walker here, 1.4 mil. I can really work with that. That is okay. We need to build a team that is at least somewhat capable. Bradley Chubb here, 88 rated. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. An 88 rated free agent. We've got Kaiser White here. We still have Shaq Thompson down here, but we're going to be going with Kaiser White. He's just a little bit younger, probably less injury prone. So that is very important for me. Cornerback, Xavier Howard, Dante Jackson, awesome players, man. Absolutely awesome players. Completely crazy that they would be free agents. Really. I mean, that is just pure insanity, but whatever. Who's asking me? Nobody, so there you go. I'm just putting that out there. Chavarius Ward is here, but I'm going to be going with Rocky Sin as the next player that we sign. Free safety, Tyrann Mathieu. Why the F not? Fantastic free agent here, and that might even help us to offload other players that are a little bit more expensive. Ronnie Harrison Jr. here as a strong safety backup. Really liking this one. Is there anybody else in here? Chuck Clark is also very, very good. And then Andrew Wingard. All right, whatever. We do have a kicker. We don't have a punter. Logan Cook is the best in here. So, of course, welcome back, mate. I never meant to let you go. You can believe me or you cannot believe me, but that is entirely up to you. Let us now take a look at the roster again. We're slowly but surely shaping the team here. I'm just really taking you along for the ride here. I just want to show you all the steps that I'm doing here. Sometimes I do these sort of behind the scenes, but now I do want to show you. And I think this is a really solid team that is shaping up here. Leonard Williams, a little bit of a shame behind that. DeForest Buckner, Derek Natty. I think we still can add another D tackle. Left outside linebacker, we've got Crosby. We've got Louisville, that is great. Mid linebackers, Cunningham, Holcomb, Walker, and then Josie Jewell. And over here, we've got Bradley Chubb and Kaiser White at the right outside linebacking position. Awesome, great outside linebacking group. We've got the cornerback room, Jalen Ramsey. We've got Xavier Howard, Dante Jackson, Rocky Sin, and James Bradbury, who's now the lowest rated. Free safeties. We have 3 here. All right, we've got Darnell Savage with a huge impact. We've got Tyrann Mathieu. We've got Juan Thornhill. We can afford that, actually. But if I were to cut a player, I would probably cut Juan Thornhill. Darnell Savage, very, very expensive, of course. Derwin James is here. Ronnie Harrison. We've got Matt Gay. We've got Logan Cook. We've got all those draft picks. And we will be giving those away right now. All right, guys. Feast your eyes on the team that we have built now over the course of this off-season here. And it's still a very respectable team, even if it's not as tough looking as it did before. As you can see, offense, we're slightly lower now than we are on defense, because of course we invested a bit more on the defensive side of things. We just also found better free agents there that were still available. If you look at this setup here, I mean, basically every opposing team should be absolutely breaking it right now. We've got the front line with Leonard Williams, Jadeveon Clown. We've got DeForest Buckner, Derek Natty. We've got Garrett here who can backfill. We've got Garrett here at left edge. We've got Arik Armstead as a backup. Keep that in mind. We've got fantastic linebackers. Bradley Chubb. We've got Max Crosby. We've got Zach Cunningham, Cole Holcomb. Darnell Savage over here at free safety. We've got Derwin James Jr. at the strong safety position. Don't forget about Tyrann Mathieu, by the way. We just picked him up in free agency. No biggie right there, dudes. And then at cornerback, we've got Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, Dante Jackson, and so on. So we've got such a high quality here on defense. Probably the mid linebackers are the only exceptions here. They're a bit lower, but does it really matter? I would say no. Absolutely not. The special teams, we've got that complete. Logan Cook is back, Matt Gay. And the offense will certainly work well. We've got Calvin Ridley. We've got Tyler Lockett, our star player, of course, still Cortland Sutton. We've got Keenan Allen back, Russell Gage Jr. The running core is good. We still have a super solid, I would even say, he's not elite anymore, but he's very, very, very good quarterback. The offensive line is also super solid, especially on the outsides. I love our tight end core with the Jared Everett as well in here. So I do think we could compete against certainly a playoff team. Are we a Super Bowl contender? I don't know. I really don't know. Wouldn't go there. But if you just look at the overalls, I really feel like we have built a super solid team here that certainly will be able to compete again with the teams in the division and in the NFL. So with that said and done, guys, we have now completed basically what we do always before heading into the new season. We really improved the team so much in this free agency madness that I just concluded here. I just find it crazy that there's so many good players always in here just because of their age. I don't know, but an 88 rated Bradley Chubb, I mean, why would you ever not pick him for a team? Unless he's too expensive, but if you pick him up here, he only costs you 1.5 mil or 2 mil, so why ever not do that? Whatever, I had so much fun with this franchise series. I might even return to it. Either I do that off screen just for myself, or I do it in terms of another season. We'll see. I will certainly be doing something similar on Madden 24. Just love the concept. Really happy with myself that I thought of that one, but there you go. And as always, guys, you are, it's because of you that I enjoy this journey so much. So thank you so much for that. If you like what I'm doing, drop me a like, please subscribe to the channel. Means a lot to me, helps me grow. And that's always awesome for me to see 1 or 2 trickling in here. That's really great. So many so many people watching my content. I'm always really awed by that and very humbled. So thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate each and every one of you a lot. And as always, guys, thank you for being here, and see you next time.